Hello. My name is Drew, and I am addicted to Bitcoin mining. I'm mining Bitcoin. I'm Vosk. You're on the VoskCoin YouTube channel, or Drew Vosk. I really go by Vosk. And you can see I'm pool mining, I'm solo mining. And look, I run my own node, and I run my own private Bitcoin mining pool instance, and I run some miners to that. But I'm moving most of my stuff back to CK Pool so I can quickly and easily show it here on the tube, and then also drop the link so you can follow along. So I'm going to cut to the chase. I'm going to try to stay really on topic in today's video. I'm looking at the S21 Pro, new batch of these hitting 234, 245, pricing on that coming down a little bit. I've liked the S21 Pro better than the S21 Plus from a build quality point of view. It's basically current generation Bitcoin mining efficiency. It's not the best in the game. My electricity rate's going up. And I'm really kind of evaluating what I'm going to do here and what's next on some fronts, trying to get my electric costs down, outsourcing the running of some mining rigs to continue expanding. I'll explain a little bit more about that, why, as much as I financially basically can find feasible here. So the S23 is on the horizon. Also, the Canaan, I'm very excited about this. They've announced their A16xp series, A16 series, 1600 series, and so they're hitting 13 joules per terahash, or watts per terahash of Bitcoin mining efficiency. So that's going to be great competition. My Canaan miners have been just great, rock solid. I really enjoyed those, and I feel like they've been late to show up with this new series, but hey, better late than never. They're here. And first batch date is, per Mining Now, mining profitability calculator that also supports VoskCoin, so that's super cool. May. Also, speaking of VoskCoin support, you may have noticed I showed ASIC Marketplace. We're an affiliate with them. If you enjoy the content and you want to support it, please consider buying your miners through ASIC Marketplace, and do not forget to punch in code VoskCoin to save some coin. But I'm here explaining what I'm doing and why, not here to shill stuff, all that nonsense. You do whatever you want to do. They also sell mini miners, which are great ways to get started in solo mining, and I'll talk more about solo mining here in a little bit. So this is like all the Bitcoin mining profitability, and this is ran at 9 cents per kilowatt hour. And I've got some hosted mining rigs at a few locations, and some of those are altcoin miners that are just becoming dang near worthless. So one of those locations is Terra Hosting, and I guess another shameless plug. If you like the content, you want to support the channel, use our Terra Hosting link, and they'll hook you up and take care of you and get situated. But the point is that I have some altcoin miners there that I'm going to just unplug, send them home, rip them apart for parts, and I'm going to replace that with some Bitcoin miners. And I'm trying to figure out which Bitcoin miners win and why. All these numbers are calculated at today's price of 111 BTC per coin there. Bitcoin's network difficulty is pretty much at an all-time high. It's down one tick from that, but it's probably going to go up about 7% in a few days. And when that happens, it's probably going to hit a new all-time high. The network hash rate is essentially at a all-time high. It's essentially more difficult than ever to mine Bitcoin. Bitcoin halving countdown calculator, 875 days per Coin Wars. According to Solo Luck, we're looking at 2 years, 5 months, 13 days, whatever many days that is. At 570 terahash a second, I've got a 1 in 35 chance to hit a Bitcoin block over the next year. I'm going to start flipping over more and more Bitcoin miners to work on solo mining a Bitcoin block. And this is a big endeavor. So right now I've got 3 full-size miners that I've flipped over there. Those hash rates range from 100 to basically 231 one-day average. It's a 234 S21 Pro model there. But these things are crushing shares. The funny thing is, like, so far, like, this one BitX Gamma hit a share that was a significantly higher difficulty than these, and that's going to be the best share that these miners have hit. recently, and that's one of the reasons I like CK Pool. And they do take a fee if you hit a block, which sucks, but it gives me good data here to kind of analyze, review, and present this, and kind of solo mine, publicly here, and see if I can make it happen. Recent news: dude hit a block with just some Nerd QX++ is pretty sweet. Congratulations, man. He also added an Avalon Q, so his total hash rate there was 120 to 130 terahash a second. So you look at that, and then you say, like, okay, like that's pretty similar hash rate to just my 1346 miner. It's obviously a little bit low, or it's less than the S21, just that alone. He hit a Bitcoin block, defying the odds there. He sold him on a block at the time of hitting it, $342,000 worth of BTC before the cash. That's over 3.125 Bitcoins. Max difficulty hit was 2.08p. Had 212 Gs. And honestly, I'm kind of inspired by the desktop build there. And like, I mean, look at the screen. Like, you know, you see people, they Photoshop this. You see people do this on like Digibyte and Bitcoin Cash, and you know, so they can have some cool clickbait stuff. But like, dude, this is the real deal, man. Like this, it's like so cool, crazy. You're missing a little bit of your Bitcoin, buddy. Anyway, that stuff's just crazy. So bringing it back to me and my immediate focus here, there's pretty much 3 miners that I want to replace, right? So I look at the S21 Plus, I look at the Bitdeer Steel Miner A2 Pro. Right, so we got $4,000 here, no discounts. 34.29, no discounts. 36.99, no discounts. And I definitely get conflicted when I look at the 235 S21 Plus, and then I look at the 234 S21 Pro, right, and the dollarized amount there. Current mining profitability $11.62 at 9 cents per kilowatt hour. Electricity here is $7.58, so profit $4.12 or $1,500 a year. And then my hosted electricity rate is actually lower than my current mining farm electricity rate, so that's kind of frustrating. Most of the miners on my Brains Bitcoin mining pool are self-hosted here on my own mining farm, and I'm mining at 0.03 BTC a day. But if you've seen the recent electricity bill videos, yeah, like, oh, that's crazy, you're mining $335 of Bitcoin a day. Yeah, but my electricity bill is ridiculous. Right, we're talking 17, 13, 15 grand. It hurts. It's painful. So if you want to get started, right, and ASIC Marketplace has a bunch of mini miners. The prices come down even further on the Power Mining BitX Gamma. This is personally my favorite BitX Gamma, which is why we worked with them on our collaborative BitX Gamma node release there. It's a great starter miner, all that stuff. If you just want to give this stuff a spin. This is basically a smaller version of the miners that guy was using to solo mine a block. My focus here is on replacing some full-size miners there. And since I'm sending these to be hosted, this is one of my dilemmas, right? So they have hydro capabilities, and I could do hydro. And hydro is getting better bang for buck on like your cost per terahash. You're getting more Bitcoin mining power for the money, right? You look at like the S21xp hydro, right? So 473 terahash a second, 5676 watts of power consumption, right? That's coming at 12 joules per terahash. Right, and I haven't fact checked this price, but right, probably futures order like 52.50 on that, and that's why I get frustrated a little bit with mining now. A lot of these prices are just ridiculous, they're bullshit. So you actually come here and you look at some of these places. So like realistically, we're looking at like 91.99. So let's look at these two hydros: 400 terahash at 6,000 watts, or 473 terahash at 5676. Right. So how do we calculate the efficiency of these on the fly, right? So 5776 divided by 473, right? 12 joules or watts per terahash of efficiency there. And that's on the XP. So XP is 12. And then we look at 5925 divided by 395, right? So 15. So much more hash for the money here. Basically in-stock delivery. Also in-stock delivery on the XP. 473 terahash at 12 watts per terahash of efficiency, contrasted with, say, the Pro, right, at 234. I mean, it's pretty linear here, or linear. 234 times 2, right, 468, about the same hash rate. Right, 3510 times 2, 7,000 watts though. Comparing that to the XP here, right, minus 5676, you are mining at a slightly higher hash rate while using 1,300 watts less. However, you need a hydro cabinet. However, you need 3-phase electricity to run this hardware. I don't have a hydro cabinet set up. I also don't have three-phase electricity, and at this point, I'm not going to waste my time or money other than setting up a solar array and just building out my own little three-phase that I make here on site instead of further enriching my power company. But let's say I don't want to host with these mining farms anymore. And they're like, okay, well, then we're just going to send this back to you. Okay, well, I have no way to run this, and I have no plans on a way to run that. Whereas I can throw this up on a shelf and be running this, mining my own Bitcoin in just a couple minutes. So how much is that efficiency worth to me? You also get charged, right, for your electric usage with these mining farms. And of course, if you mine yourself. So if I've got 3510 here divided by 234, right, I'm at 15 joules or watts per terahash of efficiency. So that is significantly lower. We'll take face value here, $3,700 times 2, right? $7,400. So minus 92. So for $1,800, I can increase the efficiency dramatically, which ultimately brings me to my final point here. If I either trust or am going to trust or continue to trust these mining farms that I'm going to send some gear to, then the three-phase miners, the hydro miners, they make sense. If I'm going to keep my simple backup plan in place, then I need to have something like the S21 Pro. And if I wanted something in between, I could buy two S21 XPs that would be 13.5 joules or watts per terahash of efficiency. I get those under $5,000 each per machine right now. That would increase my price, so let's just call it $10,000. But I'd be mining at 270. They actually punch a little bit above their weight. So I'd actually increase my hash rate from say 470-ish to 540 terahash a second. And let's minus 470 from that. For basically $1,000, I'm getting another 70 terahash a second of 13.5 watt Bitcoin mining hash rate efficiency. This is how I break things down and think about it. It may be a little technical, it may be a little boring, or maybe it's not technical enough for some people, depending on all the ways you want to look at this. The fact of the matter for me is I'm going to continue expanding my solar mining hash rate as well as my Bitcoin pooled mining hash rate. I'm not going to let off the gas, and I'm going to continue expanding unless Bitcoin goes crazy in price and it's just the cost doesn't make sense. As well as, you know, my marker, other than getting a couple things in here because I just enjoy it, or to review on the channel or whatever. When we get 2 years out from the halving, I'm done. It's the only thing I'm buying are solar panels and power cables and Ethernet cables. So hey, I'm VoskCoin on the VoskCoin YouTube channel. This is 10 Seconds of Tales. We're on 10 Seconds of Tales of this super cutie on every video because she kickstarted the VoskCoin YouTube journey. I appreciate you. Let me know your thoughts. Which Bitcoin miner do you think I should buy and why? And do you think I'm being impatient? Should I wait for the new Canaan miners, the new S23 series from Bitmain, or maybe the A3 series from Bitdeer, even though their A2 Pros basically haven't really even been dispatched yet? I'd love to hear from you down in the comments below, and I really need your comments because we've lost most of our comments going back the last 3 years as of a couple weeks ago. So I'm still pretty devastated about all that. So, hey, good luck and goodbye.